Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of Fred's Geek World, where it's going to be pretty much me geeking out with everyone else. We're going to be doing different episodes like comic books, superheroes, Power Rangers, RPG games, video games, World of Warcraft, stuff like that. And the first one is going to be about comics, so I was going to just run through a few of the favorite comics that I have. We're going to start with my favorite one of all time, which is the Doomsday, which is all 7 of the Doomsday comic books, including things like they go through the Justice League and all that stuff. And this one right here I've read several times. It's very awesome. And then we go to the one that comes not too far afterwards, which is the Reign of Superman, where he comes back as the Cyborg, which is one of the reincarnations that he has. And the next reincarnation he has is whenever he turns into the White Superman, which I was very lucky to find this at my mom's old house. I didn't think I would. Then I've got a CD-ROM comic book of Superman, and then I've got Superman and Wonder Woman together, which is a pretty cool one. And the next one is one I'm going to need your guys' help on if I could, trying to figure out exactly where I can get the rest of these, because I have the Spider-Man Perceptions, which is a 5-part series. I have part 1, part 2, and part 4. And I need to find out where I can find parts 3 and 5, because they have Wolverine, Wendigo, all that good stuff in it. I've got Nocturne and Spectacular Spider-Man. It would help if I knew what it was before I held it up. I've got the giant-sized 30th anniversary special of the Spectacular Spider-Man. It's got a little hologram thing on the front. Oh, by the way, this one's also got a trading card in it of Nocturne. Cool. This one's original, still in the packaging, never even been opened, so that's going to stay that way for a while. I've got Spider-Man 2099, which I got at Heroic Adventures in Edwardsville, which if you have a chance to go there, I suggest you do it. I've got Spider-Man Adventures, which it says it's the first issue in an ongoing series, which I need to find the rest of them because I don't have it. And talk about Cookie Crisp on the back, that's how old this thing is. I've got Spider-Gwen, which I'm guessing is a part of Spider-Man, because I know there's a character named Gwen in there. What else do I have? Yeah, I think I'm going to move on to... Oh, I've got, let's see, Life with Archie is one that I picked up at Heroic Adventures. 2 of my favorite ones that I'm very, very lucky to have found is I have a Star Wars Shattered Empire, which is pretty cool. It pretty much picks up where Return of the Jedi left off. And then I've got a Star Wars Princess Leia one, which I haven't read that one yet, but I want to. And on the back they're previewing a couple of Star Wars figures that I wouldn't mind my wife getting me, hint hint. I've got some couple of these. I've never heard of these before. Maybe you guys have. You guys can comment and let me know if you've heard of some of these. It's called Secret Wars. I've got issues 6 and 7. About 99% of this I got at the Heroic Adventures in Edwardsville. I've got 3 of the Convergence Justice League of America and Justice Society of America, which I haven't read those yet, but I'm going to. Then I've got a couple from Hawkeye, which, I don't know if you can see that right. Okay. And then these I never heard of before, but I actually read one of them, and they are extremely awesome. I recommend you check it out. They're called 10 Grand. It's kind of like an anime type comic book. It's very, very awesome. I've got a couple of the Thors that I got from Five Below. I got it in a $4 pack, which can't beat that. I've got Green Lantern, which is really called, first one's The Blackest Night, and it's Green Lantern and someone else. It's got downward triangle and some stripes above it. I don't know who's that symbolizing. Then I've got another red lantern, which is kind of cool because it has like a little holograph thing on the front, which I think is pretty cool. Another red lantern, and another red lantern. So those are some of my favorite ones. I've got a couple of Teen Titans, which I think is pretty cool. I've got 3 more that I've never heard of, but well, I've heard of them, I've just never read them before. They're called Trinity of Sin Pandora. Actually, I've got 4 of them, but those I'm actually looking forward to reading because they're like more like the adult kind, I believe. It's got all the blood and guts and all that good stuff in it. Everything a grown boy needs. Let's see, I've got Guardians of the Galaxy and X-Men and the Black Vortex, which is pretty cool. I actually did not know about Guardians of the Galaxy and X-Men until I just read it to you. I've got Chrononauts, which I've never heard of. James Patterson's Max Ride First Flight. I love all of his books, and he's got a series of Max Ride books out, and they made them into a comic. I got a couple from Loot Crate here, which is one of them is The Bravest Warrior, and a pretty cool one, Street Fighter, Hyper Looting. It's kind of cool. I've got some of these, it's called Inhumanity. Never heard of that before. And one of my favorites that I found on Free Comic Book Day, a Bruce Lee comic. Can't beat that. I've got Nomad Roadkill, which never heard of that. And the cover of this always reminds me of David Tennant and Doctor Who. It's called Spectrum. I don't know if you guys can see the resemblance or not. Speaking of Doctor Who, I've got 3 Doctor Who books, comics. This one I got on Free Comic Day. It's got 4 of the Doctors. Then I've got a couple that I got from Slackers, which is David Tennant Doctor Who, and another David Tennant Doctor Who. I've got some Uncanny Avengers comics. I've got that one. This one's a number 1. That's kind of cool. This one I got on Free Comic Book Day. And this one has some of the, it says it's an all-new, all-different Avengers. It's called Civil War, which I think is kind of cool. And Civil War 2 is coming out this month. I've got some X-Men. I've got, let's see, X-Men. And one of the weirdest covers I've ever seen, it's X-Men as cats. Figure that one out. And Magneto. Then the last little bit that I've got here, sorry this is taking so long. I've got 3 Harley Quinns, which is pretty cool. I like Harley Quinn. I've got a Suicide Squad, and I believe that's Harley Quinn on the cover. I'm not quite sure, it kind of looks like it. I've got a couple of Convergence detective comics. That one's got Robin in it, and I believe Batman. And I've got a bunch of Batmans. I've got Convergence, The Shadow of the Bat. I've got Convergence, Batman and the Outsiders. It's kind of cool. This is, from what I understand, a European Batman comic. It's kind of cool. Then I've got one from Loot Crate, which is Batman Endgame. Excuse me, sorry, got a little shiver. But yeah. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the Batman and Robin Eternals, which I think is pretty cool. That's all the comics I have for right now. I know it's not too many for a comic collector, but I'm hoping to get more. If you have a chance to, since I was talking about gaming earlier, there's someone that I know that's got a YouTube channel that is nothing but games and gamers and all that stuff, mainly retro gaming, which is what he likes to do best. It's called, he's under, if you search under Brazzle the Gamer, you find him. He does a lot of cool reviews, questions and answers. He does all that cool stuff, so you should really check him out. And stay tuned for my next one where I will be talking about Power Rangers. That's the true geek form right there. My wife loves that. So I'll talk to everyone later, and see you later. See you later, YouTube world.